Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of Norwich Free Academy for tonight's ECC basketball matchup between the Waterford Lancers and the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats. NFA Basketball on YouTube is presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. High above courtside, I'm Mike O'Farrell, joined once again by my partner Anthony Menard, and tonight is the final home game for the Wildcats. They will have an ECC and state playoff game, but it's unlikely that they'll be home for either one. So that, plus the celebration of senior night, makes this a special game for the Wildcats, who will honor three seniors tonight: Brianna Morin-Sanchez, Petra Berry, and Sophie Miner. Anthony, what are the emotions on a night like this when we get to this cycle? Every high school team goes through this. What do you remember about senior nights?
You know, senior nights, a range of emotions. You have kids that have played for you 2, 3, 4 years, have given everything to the program. You have their family there. They know it's their last, in this case, it's their last home game. And rightfully so, they should be emotional, but you still have a game to play. From a coach's perspective, how do you reel in those emotions, give them their moments that they deserve, and then get them ready to play as well, because they are qualifying for the state tournament and the ECC tournament, so they have more games to play after this game.
Right. So in this case, two of them play. Petra Berry's been out since earlier in the season. Just had ankle surgery last week. Is here tonight on one of those portable things. I'm not sure what you call it. You know, one knee is on a scooter, and one leg is walking normal.
Yep.
But I guess it really doesn't impact this team because everybody pretty much plays the same minutes. But you get into a situation where you have to start the seniors, right?
Absolutely.
Even if it's just for a minute, you have to start the seniors.
Yeah, I'm a big believer, and I think most coaches are. The seniors deserve their chance to get their name announced and to be part of the starting lineup, especially if they're not a regular starter during the season.
Right. So
it's a great moment. Sometimes that momentum gets the team going too, and 1 minute turns into 2, and 2 turns into 3, and next you know they're having themselves an early game.
Or is there an opposite situation? Again, it's not going to impact this team because they're all equal in terms of the playing time, but and sort of on the talent level to some extent. But if you put a senior out there and there's a noticeable mismatch right away, how long do you let that go? 2 minutes?
I think from a coaching perspective, you're going to play to win the game.
Yeah.
So that's a decision that every coach has to make, and you may let it go for 1 or 2 possessions, maybe 1 or 2 minutes if it's not impacted greatly. But you have to make a decision and put the team in the best position to win.
Gotcha. I like that. I think that's fair. And it's always interesting to see what happens. And then some teams will have the seniors come out, in the last minute and a half or whatever to get the ovation. And hopefully we'll see that tonight as well. But before we go any further, let me tell you about some of our sponsors. First of all, Dime Bank. Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking, lives here. Norwich Public Utilities. For more than 120 years, Norwich Public Utilities has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, you can always count on NPU. NPU is very excited to sponsor NFA basketball this season. Go Wildcats. So we are awaiting the ceremonies. The cheerleaders are not participating in this one, I don't believe. I think they might be going tomorrow night. We'll be back with you tomorrow night for a boys matchup against Fitch, which has huge implications in the ECC seedings. It'll be their senior night, and I believe they will recognize actually, I think we are going to recognize our cheerleaders. I see some over in the corner. I know tomorrow night we'll be doing the boys basketball team and the dance team. And it looks like we are going to do the senior cheerleaders as well. So we'll hear some brief remarks. Tim Walsh is handling the PA tonight. Always want to thank the visiting team for this. Every team goes through it. Waterford graciously stays on the bench to watch this happen, because it's going to happen in their gym, and they're going to have somebody do it for them. And then once the ceremony is over, the clock will run for 5 minutes and warm-ups, and then will be back into the game. But coming into this game, Waterford 9-9, and the Wildcats are 6-12. But I think on paper, Waterford would have the edge. But I think we're in for a competitive game tonight. Waterford's been decimated by injuries. They're only going to dress 8. They might go 6, maybe 7. But they're a team that's been struggling with injuries all year. So I'm not sure what the holdup is here. Athletic Director Giusti looks like a little impatient over there on the sidelines, pacing.
Back to his old coaching days, you know.
Trying to get things going here before we move forward. So Waterford comes in with wins over Killingly, St. Bernard, Griswold, Wyndham Tech, Stonington, Brantford, Plainfield, Amistad, and Bacon. They've lost to Stonington, Ram, Woodstock, twice to East Lyme, Fitch, Wyndham, Ledyard, and Killingly. Their last game was last Friday, where they beat Bacon 45-18 to bring them to the 500 mark. Obviously, they play tonight, and then they finish the regular season at home Thursday against New London, which will be a tough one for them. Although New London blew a 20-point lead last night at Stonington, so tough one for the Whalers. Wildcats come in with 2 wins over Bacon, wins over Killingly, Wyndham, Stonington, and Fitch. Fitch was a great game on Saturday. They ended up winning 45-43 after trailing 30-19 at halftime. So it was a great second half effort, fueled by Savannah Guernsey, who had 3 3-pointers in the third quarter. NFA has lost twice to New London, Fitch, Newtown, Mercy, Daniel Hand, Fairfield, Ludlow, East Lyme, Conard, Windsor, Woodstock Academy 2 times. We finish off the regular season on the road Friday at Ledyard, which is arguably the top team in the conference this year, just ahead of Woodstock. So I'm really kind of wondering what is happening here. I don't see Athletic Director Giusti, nor do I see PA announcer Walsh. But I do see cheerleaders are lined up. So we got that going for us, which is nice. So while we have this little break, let me tell you more about, here we go. Tim Walsh walking and talking at the same time. Good for him.
We're going to recognize not only our NFA cheerleading seniors, but also our girls basketball seniors and the senior from Waterford High School basketball as well.
So we're going to sort of do double duty here. We're going to listen into Tim. I'm going to add some insight as we go.
First of all, Waterford's lone senior, Lucy Walker.
Lucy Walker getting a nice ovation here. She deserves it. That kid, 1,000-point scorer. Anthony, she broke her ankle playing volleyball in the fall.
Amazing.
And now she's playing basketball.
That's a tough competitor. Was able to come back. Ankle injuries are really hard to overcome.
So she had about a 3-month recovery time and was eligible in December to return to the team. And the rumor is that she might be playing next year at Coast Guard Academy.
Oh, wow. Amazing school. Great Division III basketball program as well.
Well, and the family, the Walker family, I was going to say not just in Waterford, but in Eastern Connecticut, the Walker family is synonymous with athletic success. Her father is the JV coach and the assistant coach. There's something like 23 grandkids. Pete Walker, her uncle, is the pitching coach for the Toronto Blue Jays. So they are the first family of Waterford. So Grace and Jaden, our 2 senior cheerleaders, have been introduced. And here's number 1 for the Wildcats. Brianna Morin Sanchez coming out with her whole family. Looks great, big sister there. Came into her own this year in terms of getting some more regular minutes off the bench. Good role player off the bench for Coach Murphy. Sophie Miner wears number 21. She's got her whole family coming along. Sophie is a 3-year starter for the Wildcats. Not putting all the points on the board, but you called her the engine last game, and I think on this team she's absolutely the engine. three-sport athlete, plays volleyball in the fall, and will play softball, man center field in the spring. Final senior number 5. I love how she's coming out. This is Petra Berry. What a great sport. She hurt herself the ankle earlier in the year. Has been unable to compete since after the second or third game, and just had surgery last week. Petra has committed to play at Swarthmore next year, and promises to be 100% physically by that point. Yeah. So, and the team manager is getting some love here. So a short and simple ceremony.
Thank you for your many years of dedication to your programs. Congratulations, and good luck with your next steps.
And that sort of completes the formal senior ceremony here in Alumni Gym. So before we get back to some of the game insights, let me tell you a little bit about our other sponsor this year, ProCop Signs. NFA basketball is supported by ProCop Signs, locally owned and family operated since 1964. Vehicle wraps and lettering, wide format printing, banners, posters, and more. Located in Taffville. Learn more at procopsigns.com. So, obviously, Coach Murphy doesn't quite have the record that he was looking for at 6-12. There have been some positives. You know, he's got a young nucleus. Slated to come back next year. Where is his focus? Because like you said, they still have games left. But also, he has to be looking ahead to some extent, thinking, okay, these have been the positive things that I've seen that I know I can build on in next year.
Yeah. You know, year one for any coach is about 3 things. Number 1, establishing a culture of work ethic and competitiveness and togetherness. It's about implementing your system offensively and defensively. And then thirdly, it's about how hard we're going to work, not only during the season, but now he's going to have his first off season. And there's going to be spring basketball and summer basketball and weightlifting and training. And can he galvanize a group of core players to get engaged in the off season as well?
And that's tricky. You know, some of these kids, again, 3-sport athletes, you know, whether it's track or whatever, but, you know, you didn't have the luxury back in the day of this off-season workout stuff, right? So this is new territory for everybody, I think.
Yeah,
trying to figure out what the rules are and how to make it work.
Yeah, everything was illegal from CIAC terms in the off-season. So even if you took somebody in the gym and said, let's shoot, 100 jump shots today or in the morning, that would be considered coaching in the off-season. Coaches have to balance that. We want kids playing all sports, fall, winter, spring, whatever they want to. But kids who are not involved, if there's a way to get them some extra reps, that's always a good thing as well.
So extra reps and extra time on the floor is not going to be an issue tonight for the Lancers. So they said they're coming in. There's 8 of them. He's probably going to play 6, maybe 7. But this is a team that, they're 9-9, so they're going to be middle of the road in the ECC tournament. And what's going to be interesting is the top 2 teams are clear. It's Ledyard and Woodstock, 1 and 2. But the question is there anybody that can make a run? So I guess, whether it's New London, whether it's Fitch, whether it's us, whether it's Waterford, depending on how these things go down. But from the coach's mentality side, like obviously the ECC is before the state, so you're putting your stock in that. It's a little bit more of the bragging rights. But what do you want your team to be doing going into that tournament? Because it's possible the Wildcats are going to come out with a win tonight, be 2 in a row. Friday they're playing the toughest team in the ECC. They're not going in as the favorite. So if they pull that one off, it would be incredible. If the book holds and they lose to Ledyard, no matter what they do tonight, then you're going into the tournament on a downhill slide. So what do you want your team to be doing going into the conference tournament?
Tournament time's a reset. There's nothing like a tournament. And as the great Jim Valvano once said, it's all about survive and advance. And it's one game at a time. And sometimes when you're the heavy favorite, you have to win these early tournament rounds. And so if you're NFA, you want to keep building on the building blocks you have established offensively and defensively, the work ethic that you've implemented, and you want to be playing your best basketball. And once you get into round 1, as that game gets longer, and you stay
Right.
within striking distance,
There's a
anything
chance.
can happen,
Anything can happen.
during the last 5 minutes.
Anything can happen. And I'm not suggesting that we're going to go in and run the table and get ourselves to Mohegan Sun, but I'd like to think we have a chance to pull off one. It's going to be on the road somewhere.
Right.
But I'd like to think we have that chance. And I guess for the sophomores and juniors on the team, that game's important no matter what, just to get another one under their hat.
Yeah, there's nothing like tournament experience. And for the seniors, they know it's their last go-around.
Right.
They're going to go 100%. They're going to compete as hard as they can. They're going to lead. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. But to get those juniors and sophomores engaged in tournament atmosphere is going to be very it's going to bode very well for them moving forward.
And state-wise, we're going to draw a high seed because of where we are in the Division I area. So that's going to be a challenge. Obviously, it's going to be going on the road somewhere. So I guess the same thing, giving those younger kids that didn't have a chance in the last couple of years when they've had some postseason success to kind of understand what it's like and what it's like to be involved in a game like that in a different environment like that.
Yeah,
too.
2 years ago, NFA went to the quarterfinals, I believe.
Yeah.
And not that wasn't expected. We were competitive. We were well coached, but that was a really good run.
Well, knocking off the number 2 St. Joe's down
on the
there.
road as well. Yes.
Down there was unbelievable, and one of the good nuggets about that was former head of school here, David Klein, head of school down at St. Joe's at the time, and the rumor is, no one's officially told me this, but I believe that he sprung for pizza on the bus ride back for the girls after taking that game. So
classy move.
Classy move, 100%. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll know. We'll have a really good hand, obviously, after Friday's game in terms of how the ECC seeds are going to shake out. But what's cool about both the boys and girls here is having the opportunity to play at Mohegan Sun for the championship. And obviously the state tournament is there, but the relationship that the league has with the casino to give the league chance, it's awesome. I mean, the boys played there earlier this year against New London, so if they're able to get back, they're going to be familiar with it. But just to have that opportunity, I think, is really cool.
Yeah, it's big time. And I know our kids, our players, our student athletes, they're very appreciative to play at Mohegan Sun.
Right.
At one point in time, a long time ago, once in a while, we'd get a chance to play at the old Hartford Civic Center.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a big deal. So from a coaching perspective and a player's approach and overall experience, it's a big deal to go there.
And I would think Hartford has got to be insane because that holds 20,000. So whereas Mohegan holds half of that. So,
right.
Obviously I don't know how many you were playing in front of back in the East Hartford glory days.
Not 20,000.
Not 20,000. But even if you're playing in front of 6 or 7 in there, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
But you play in front of 6 or 7 in Mohegan, which they'll get for the state finals. Especially if Abdu Torre is going to be there again on the boys' side. Who knows? So. Got another delay here. Not exactly sure what is happening. We're waiting for the starting lineups. The horn went to 0. The clock went to 0. Looks like Mr. Walsh needed some new batteries in his microphone here before bringing out the starting lineups, but still looking like he's having an issue. Yeah, it's working.
Good evening.
There we go.
Alumni Gym on the campus of Norwich Free Academy for tonight's ECC.
So the Lancer starters
Between the visiting Waterford Lancers
are going to be the first ones introduced, and they are going to be number 4, Shay Tiven. Her dad, NBA official, Josh Tiven.
Did not know
came
that.
out of the ECC.
Still in the NBA or was?
Still in the NBA.
Wow.
Did my favorite. I used to watch him do high school games. Whenever he would give it technical, he would signal it like this, which of course nobody can see, but it was just one finger on top of the other, not the whole hand.
So he worked his way up from high school.
From the ECC
Wow.
to the NBA. There's been a few local guys from here. Matt Boland is a Eastern Connecticut board guy that was in the NBA. Castine Evans, NFA grad, is in the G League and has a chance at is getting up there. So, yeah, kind of a good thing.
Hotbed for
Hotbed.
professional officials.
There you go. So Shay Tiven, number 4, she's a sophomore. Another sophomore, number 11, Caroline Bassett. Number 21, Lucy Walker. She's the lone senior on the team. She is the leader. Number 32, also a sophomore, Alani Vaughn. And number 55, Serafina Weymouth, is a junior. So the coach for the Lancers is Jason Green. He is in his first year at the helm, and so far the team is 500, 9-9. So for NFA, we're going to get the 2 seniors that are eligible to start, not knocked down by injury. Brianna Moore and Sanchez is number 1. Savannah Guernsey, number 2, she's a junior. Jada Harris, number 4, is a junior. Oriana Pescatello, she is a sophomore. She wears number 20. And Sophie Miner, the second senior, is wearing number 21. So Petra obviously would be starting, irregardless of the fact that she's a senior. If she was healthy, she would have been in the starting lineup all year. Obviously a big presence missing in the middle. Very good job on the boards, and would always figure out a way to get 6 or 8 points, sometimes a little bit more, but made her presence known inside. And anytime you're 6'1" and left-handed, people are going to pay attention to you. So Wes Murphy is in his first year at the helm of the Wildcats. And you are in for a treat tonight with the national anthem being again performed by one of our students. Tonight it's Grace Booley. Grace is a senior, and it will be the star of the spring musical. Here's Grace. Grace Booley, professional level national anthem right there. Kid can sing, man.
I'll tell you, all of our student singers have been unbelievable.
They have, and many of them are in the spring musical, which is Mean Girls this year. Coming up towards the end of April. They always do an amazing job under Play Shop director Phil Trossler. They're going to be performing it, I think it's 4 nights this year. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday towards the end of April. I don't have the exact dates, but close enough. All right, we are finally about ready to get underway. Wildcats in their pregame huddle, getting the message. Always fascinated by those. All right, guys, what are they saying? Come on, let's go. Where are we going after? Meet you at McDonald's?
You need one leader. There's got to be someone with a voice.
Somebody's got to have that voice. So we're going to have Lucy Walker up against Oriana Pescatello. Waterford in their blue, NFA in their white, and we are underway with the Wildcats controlling the tip. Guernsey, Miner. Again, Savannah had 3 3-pointers in the third quarter Saturday against Fitch to get us back in that game. So we'll see if she can get that early shot going down, but Pescatello is able to control it. Here it is, we'll find out. Guernsey, Savannah, 3-pointer, first one.
Great start for NFA. Waterford starts off in a 2-3 zone, stymied us a little bit, but got an open 3.
This is Tiven. 55 is Weymouth, 21 is Walker, 11 is Bassett, 32 is Vaughn. That's Walker. She's the leader. 1,000-point scorer. Got it earlier this year. Tiven loses the handle. Sanchez up ahead to Pescatello, who runs as good as anybody, and a quick 5-0 lead for the Wildcats.
Great delivery in transition, very unselfish play. NFA and man-to-man defense right now.
Minor on Tiven. That's Bassett. Weymouth tries to get it inside to Walker. Can't come down with it. You can see she's still got a brace on her right ankle. Again, she broke that ankle in the fall playing volleyball, and she's here competing tonight and has been all year. Guernsey. Back to Morin Sanchez, over to Minor. Shot clock's at 19. Pescatello tried to get it into Guernsey, and it just went a little over. I'm not sure Savannah was quite ready for that. Turnover, Wildcats. Tiven's going to get through. Oh, ball won't fall. Walker can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Back up. Can't get that to go. Weymouth. 3 shots in a row for the Lancers. It will not fall.
NFA very fortunate there. 4 offensive rebounds in a row. We have to do a better job of blocking out.
Morin Sanchez, Jada Harris. Minor, Guernsey. She'll try 3 again.
She'll
good. Make 3 again.
Guernsey in rhythm again, had her feet set, stepped into the shot, and delivered.
That's something that if that starts to continue, and we talk about next year, if she's going to be consistent outside on that type of shot, that's a good thing. Pescatello knocks the ball. It's on the floor, picked up by Waterford. That's Vaughn. That's Bassett. Tiven into Weymouth. She gets... Yep, we're going to get a foul here. It's going to be on Walker. No, it's going to be on Morin Sanchez.
Tough break for NFA. Jada Harris had really good defensive position. Her hands were up, and NFA fouled with 10 seconds remaining on a reach-in.
Wildcats out to an 8-0 lead, thanks in part to 2 3-pointers from Guernsey. Make that 8-2 as Lucy Walker, great move in the paint to get the Lancers on the board. Morin Sanchez will try 3. She'll make it. Wow.
Can't start off better than that. 3 for 3 from 3 for NFA.
11-2. We've played 3 minutes. Minor's harassing Tiven. She throws the ball back court. It's going to be NFA basketball.
I really like the way NFA is establishing their man-to-man defense right now. They're talking and fighting through screens. They're in help position, and they're making it very difficult for Waterford to penetrate the defense.
Harris trigger the inbounds to Minor.
Looks like Waterford's in the man-to-man now. They switched up from a 2-3 zone.
Sanchez thought about 3. Well, you got to say, we're going to have something there. It's going to be a foul on Vaughn. Tough one. Guernsey beat her to it. Alumni couldn't stop. First foul on the Lancers. Shot clock resets to 35. Harris back into Minor. She's giving up the dribble. Gets it over to Morin Sanchez. Harris from the free throw line. No good. Rebound to the Lancers. Bassett and now Tiven. Pescatello's on Walker underneath. That's Vaughn. Weymouth into Walker. Double teamed. Still controls it. Works away to the basket. Can't finish. Pescatello with the rebound. You can see there why they're going to be looking for Lucy Walker. Oh, Jada Harris didn't know Savannah Guernsey was behind her. Tough one there. It's one of those, who was that pass intended for from Sanchez? Harris is a little too strong off the glass. Pescatello pulls down the rebound. Jada will try a 3. That's short, but she chases down her own rebound, or tries to. Waterford basketball.
Great energy by NFA, defensively and offensively. Really active right now, out in passing lanes defensively and looking to move the ball in the offensive end.
3.5 left in the first. Wildcats with a 9-point lead, 11-2. Vaughn, Walker, she's going to try a 3. can't get it to go. Pescatello with the rebound. She hands it off to Morin Sanchez. Minor. Harris at the free throw line. She's going to try to go by Weymouth. She does, but she can't get it to go. Pescatello rebound, can't get the follow, and Weymouth comes down with the rebound.
NFA is getting good shots right now at the basket. Coach Murphy has to be pleased with their offensive execution.
Coach Green calling out the plays for the Lancers. Tiven to Bassett. Shot clock is at 12. Shot is up. And they are going to have 3 free throws.
Brianna Sanchez was like one step away from perfect defensive execution. She helped on the dribble penetration. She recovered to the three-point shooter and just made contact at the last second. You never want to foul a three-point shooter, but not from a lack of hustle on her end.
Bassett misses the first. She's got 2 more. Kendall McCrae is going to nope, can't go in until after the second one.
That's Sanchez's second foul.
Yep. Bassett gets the second one, so now McCrae will come in and replace Warren Sanchez, who'll sit down with 2. Kendall McCrae is a sophomore. Dealt with an injury last year, dealt with some injuries this year. Definitely a player that Coach Murphy is going to be looking to contribute going forward here. Excellent outside shot when she can get it going. So it's Minor, McCrae, Harris, Pescatello, and Guernsey. That's Pescatello, Harris. She gets past Weymouth, and Jada Harris with a nice shot.
Pescatello with a great feed to Harris. Harris with a step back, soft touch. That's a tough shot.
13-4, Wildcats on the strength of 3 for 3 from three-point land. Vaughn to Walker. Lucy Walker and Ori Pescatello are going to get to know each other pretty well tonight, I think. Ori with the loose ball. Harris, she's got numbers up to Minor. Sophie's going to pull up, can't get it to go. Guernsey's there for the rebound. Back to Pescatello. Good ball movement inside to Harris. Back to Minor, three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Pescatello for the rebound. She can't get it to go. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Great offensive execution. Sophie Minor went inside to Jada Harris. Jada Harris kicked it back out to Sophie. Sophie took a great free, missed it, and then Pescatello with the rebound. That's Pescatello's 5th rebound early on.
Excellent numbers. Excellent numbers. So we got a 30-second timeout on the floor from the Lancers. Going to have 2 subs checking in for the Wildcats. Liv Bialois, who normally would get the start, number 25, she's going in, and Jazine Torres, number 11, she is going in as well. NFA basketball presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. We are in the first quarter. The Wildcats have a 13-4 lead over the Lancers. Lancers called this 30-second timeout. Coach Green had something he wanted to share with his team, and there's 1:30 left to go in the first quarter. I'm excited for halftime. Courtney Gomez will be our guest up here in the booth.
The legend, Coach Gomez.
Coach Gomez, amazing player here. Entered into the NFA Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Led the program for a few years and had an opportunity to take the top assistant job at Central Connecticut State, and that's what she's been doing. Lucy Walker nails a three-pointer, her 5th point of the night, and now it's a 6-point game. Kendall McCrae launches a 3. Savannah Guernsey back to Jada Harris. Three-pointer, boom.
Simple game, Mike.
Simple game when you're 4 for 6 from three-pointers. 16-7.
I think the day off from school, they may have got some extra shots in today.
That could be. Maybe that's the strategy. Guernsey, hustle on defense. She's going to draw the foul on Tiven. she comes away with the steal.
Guernsey's very active on defense.
Talk about a motor, man. Does not stop that
She
kid.
has it.
Does not stop.
Interesting to see here how Jazine Torres operates. She's definitely aggressive, likes to get the ball going downhill and make some things happen.
Guernsey's an incredible volleyball player, too. I forget, she set the record this year for assists or something. She just a very good three-sport athlete. Offensive foul there picked up by Jada Harris. It's her first, third on the team. 16-7, 27 seconds left in the first quarter. The shot clock is off. Presumably we'll see the Lancers play for one. Walker's going to draw the foul from Bialois, bumped her from behind. That's the fourth on the Wildcats. Clock is now at 16.5.
Big defensive possession here for NFA. They want to get out of this quarter without Waterford scoring. They don't want to foul here either.
Bassett inbounds all the way up top to Walker. She's got Bialois on her now, but she ends up throwing the ball into the hands of Harris, who gets it up to Bialois, over to Torres. Nice block, Shea Tiven.
Great offensive execution. That was almost a double dime bank play of the game. Unselfish play. Great defense by Waterford to prevent the layup.
5 seconds left. She's going to launch from deep. Oh, and off the front rim. At the end of one, 16 for the Wildcats, 7 for the Lancers. NFA holding a 9-point lead. And before we go any further, let's check in with this message from our friends at Dime Bank.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Back inside Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of Norwich Free Academy, the Wildcats hold a 16-7 lead over the Waterford Lancers, fueled in part by 4 for 6 from behind the arc. Good start.
Can't start better than that. Obviously, Waterford started off in a 2-3 zone for some reason through their scouting reports, and NFA broke that open right away. The risk of the 2-3 zone is if you start hitting some threes, you can stretch it out and you have to go to a man-to-man defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how Waterford continues to adjust defensively here.
So Waterford has their starters, Tiven, Weymouth, Bassett, Walker, and Vaughn. My guess is they're going to go most of the distance here tonight. Minor, the Torres, Harris, Bialois, and Raylin Montalvo checking in for the first time. Bialois shot, no good. Walker comes down with a rebound. Minor's all over her, and Sophie's going to pick up the foul.
You know, that was a great offensive set by Coach Murphy at the end of coming out of the timeout. Really ran a continuity offense and got the ball inside where they wanted to.
So Montalvo wears number 50. She's a junior. Good chance for her to get some experience here. Walker driving through, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound. Lucy Walker, 2 more points. She's got 7. And the lead is 7 for the Wildcats. Montalvo, 1 too many steps. Back to the Lancers. Raylin's going to check out. Savannah Guernsey getting a quick 50-second break there. Checks back in for the Wildcats.
NFA showing some 3/4 court pressure here right now.
I wonder, if Coach Murphy realizes, Waterford's only going to play 5, maybe 6. We're trying to wear them down here for the long run. Inside to Weymouth. She's working on Harris. Serafina Weymouth, an easy bucket for her first 2 of the night. Cuts it to 5. 4 in a row here for the Lancers to start the second quarter. Torres going to launch a 3. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Walker. She's double teamed but is able to get it to Tiven. Tiven up to Bassett. Tiven drives, make that 6 in a row for Waterford. It was 16-7, it's now 16-13. We've played about almost 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Harris is going to try a 3. That's no good. Pescatello's going to check in, give Jada Harris her first break. So there's 6 minutes and 10 left to go in the second quarter, and what was a 9-point lead is down to 3. Torres with the steal. Minor, nice pass. Guernsey, layup is good, and we're going to give Sophie Minor the dime of the game on that beautiful assist to Savannah Guernsey.
JT started that play. Great defense. Behind the back move. Push ahead to Sophie. Sophie made a great pass. Great to see her execute at the end of the play there. Guernsey finished, got the and one.
Walker, first foul on her. Guernsey to the line. Finishes the three-point play, and she's got 10. I'm sorry, she's got 9. This is Tiven. That's Weymouth. Has the shot blocked by Bialois. She's looking up for a pass. It's not there. Ball's loose. Lancers come away with it. Trailing by 6 here. 5:40 left to go in the second. Little sloppy for the Wildcats overall in this quarter, but they still hold a 6-point lead. It was 9 at the break. We've got some horn action. Nobody's quite sure why. Game continues. Mysterious looks to the table. Torres with a lead pass to Guernsey. Oh, we've got a shot clock that's dark. I think that's our issue. Shot clock is out on both sides. This happened a couple times last year, but I don't recall it happening yet this year. So, I don't know. What are we going to do here?
Make sure Roy Wentworth picks up his cell phone if we call him.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't leave this in the playbook for Coach Juicy yet.
That's right. This is going to be the first thing for Juice to determine what we can do here. Referees are talking to both coaches. So, honestly, what happens here? If they can't get it to come back, they're going to have to do something manually. Can't play without it.
The benches have to count it down, Mike.
Oh, and there it is. It's back on. Let there be light. AD Juicy's over there now. You know, now that the issue's resolved, he's
taking
there.
the credit for it.
He was hanging back a little bit, but once that light came back on, he was there.
Note to self, what do I do when the shot clock lights go out?
This is a good question. I'm not sure what the officials are discussing now. Maybe how many seconds to take off. It's Waterford, or it's NFA's possession. I think the logical thing would be you take off 5 or 6 seconds, or you just let it go like this. It doesn't hurt anybody. I think they're going to continue to talk about it.
Yeah, Guernsey had a wide open 3 too when they stopped the play.
Stopped it literally in the middle of it. All right, so we've got a full timeout on the floor. The Wildcats have a 19-13 lead. And we've had some good old shot clock confusion. They did reset the clock to 30, so they did make that adjustment. It is one of those things, like, what happens if it goes down? I don't know what you do with that. Do you have some sort of signal? We need more bell? Got to ring a bell at the table? What do you do?
That's a great question for our athletic director in terms of what's the backup plan.
What is the backup
plan? Do we have
plan?
A clock that we can pull out of the closet and put it on the floor?
I don't know. No, you did not coach under the shot clock, correct?
I did not. I was not in favor of the shot clock back when I coached in the 90s and 2000s because we always liked to hold the ball when we had a lead. And we had a pretty good point guard who went to UConn, so that made it pretty easy. Made me look like a much better coach than I actually was.
So the old Dean Smith 4 corners.
Yes, but now as the game has evolved, you have to have a shot clock. It's better for the game and for the flow, and it makes players make better decisions and more efficient offense and defense.
It is interesting to see. Like, I don't love the placement of ours here. It's right above the basket. You know, most teams have it on the back wall. So we'll see if that changes for us.
Waterford in a 1-3-1 zone here, Mike.
Guernsey, another three. Can't get it to go. Bialois pulls down the rebound to Minor. Torres, she's going to find her way through the lane, but that shot is no good.
Third type of defense Waterford's played this evening. Opened up in a 2-3 zone, went to man-to-man, and then went to a 1-3-1.
19-13, 4:45 left to go in the half. 6-point lead for the Wildcats.
NFA in the 3-2 zone of their own.
And Torres is able to tip the ball. Here comes Guernsey against Walker. Savannah a little bit out of control, can't get it to go. Minor pulls down the rebound. I was waiting for Savannah to do the old stop there and try to hope the defender's going to keep on running right by you.
She is a playmaker for sure.
Shot clock under 20. Guernsey on the right side. Goes on Bassett, gets the ball underneath to Pescatello, out to Torres. She'll try a three. Can't get it. Guernsey pulls down the rebound, and we reset. Bialois can't get it to go. Pescatello crashes, but Weymouth has the rebound. So the Wildcats have cooled down a little bit. They're now 4 for 10 from three-point range. Still shooting 40%, which Coach Murphy would be very happy with at the end of the game.
If you're Coach Murphy, you like the offensive execution.
Minor.
They're getting good shots.
Minor anticipated that one, but just couldn't get through Lucy Walker there. 21 and 21 are battling for that one. Tiven over to Bassett. That ball is tipped in the air, and here comes Torres with numbers. She wasn't sure what was going to happen there with Guernsey, and an unfortunate turnover. Now numbers back the other way for Waterford. Tiven's going to get all the way in the basket's going to score.
Torres is a really good player, and I think the uncertainty there hurt us a little bit. She had Guernsey open if she delivered the ball a little earlier, and that could have been a layup. Just something to learn from JT.
Bialois and Torres go to the bench. McCrae and Harris come back in. Tiven is going to be at the line after Minor picked up her second foul. That misses. Waterford ball. And the Wildcats are now clinging to a 4-point lead.
Offensive rebounding right now. NFA has to do a better job of keeping Waterford off the glass. Let's see how that materializes as the game goes on here, Mike.
Waterford yet to, no, I take it back. There is a sub in. Number 2, Ella Viveris came in at that timeout. So they are in a 6-man rotation. Lucy Walker just took it right to the basket, and Coach Murphy is calling a 30-second timeout as we have seen a 9-point lead at the quarter dwindle down to 2. Waterford is outscoring NFA so far 10-3 here in the second quarter. Why are we seeing this change? What's different?
I actually think NFA is executing pretty well on offense. They're getting good shots. They're being unselfish. They're making the extra pass. They just have missed some open shots here. And then defensively, Waterford's making some tough shots right now. I just think it's kind of in that stretch of when we get open shots, we're going to have to make them.
So Waterford has 1 3-pointer on 1 attempt. That's Walker. Lucy has 9 points on the game. NFA has taken 10 3-pointers and has made 4. All right, so we have McCrae, Guernsey, Harris, Minor, and Pescatello. Minor's playing with 2 fouls. We have Tiven, Walker, Bassett, Vaughn, and Viveris for Waterford. This is Pescatello. She gets all the way in on the baseline and finishes herself for her 4th point of the night and put the lead back up to 4. 21-17 Wildcats, 2:43 left in the second quarter. Walker harassed by Guernsey. Guernsey taps it, but Minor's not going to be able to save that. See, that's Savannah just causing havoc up there. Tiven. Bassett. Lancers are very spread out. Vaughn double teams quickly. Guernsey comes up from the other side, tiptoes down the sideline. Looking to come up with basket on this end, but Miner's shot a little bit long. Sophie gets the rebound. Oh, Jada Harris was standing all by herself under the basket. Nobody saw her. McCray is going to launch three. That's no good. Back the other way come the Lancers. Tiven, coast to coast, and she gets her 6th point of the night. And it's back to a 2-point game, 21-19. 1:50 left to go in the second. Guernsey to Miner. Pescatello. Tiven bumps with McCray. I think a good no call there. Loose ball picked up by Pescatello. Ori gets it across to Guernsey. Shot clock's at 12. Savannah off the glass and going to the line.
You know, that play started with McCray. She saved the turnover, to your point. Great no call by the officials. We're able to reverse the ball and get the and one.
Waterford foul is on number 32, Alani Vaughn. That's her second. She's going to take a break.
Guernsey is a competitor, Mike.
Fun to watch. Can she make it 2 and 1s? She cannot, of course. I jinxed her. 23-19, 4-point lead. Guernsey for 2 more. No, and she's going to get back to the line.
How about Jada Harris running that offensive rebound and making the unselfish, nice bounce pass into Guernsey. Guernsey using her body to draw the foul and get to the line once again.
First foul on Ververis, number 2. She's a freshman. Savannah's going to have 2. She's got that one. She is 2 for 3 so far on the night. Second shot is up and no good. Rebound by Walker. Guernsey's got 12. She leads the way for the Wildcats, who are a 5-point leader right now, 24-19 over the Lancers. Tiven, ball's knocked out of bounds. Refs are going to talk about it, and they don't know.
Tremendous defensive rotation by NFA. They doubled the post and then recovered quickly out to the 3-point shooters and caused a turnover.
So we just pointed the NFA way, but we said blue. White ball.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Pescatello will inbound the ball to Miner. There's 1:14 left to go in the half. Guernsey's going to drive, pull up from about 12, no good. Miner with the rebound. McCray, Harris. Ball is taken away by the Lancers, trying to cut this back down to a 3-point game. Just under a minute, loose ball. Tiven saves it, but into the hands of Guernsey. She's creating numbers. Nice pass to Miner. Gets in the air. Oh, can't get it to go, but Sophie will get herself to the line.
What a great defensive play by Guernsey, unselfish, and Sophie does an unbelievable job of getting the angle, using her body, being undersized in that position, and getting the foul. Almost an and one.
Now, well, hold on. I'll say it after Sophie's shots here. Sophie makes the first. That foul was on Shea Tiven. Her second. She lost the ball down here. So the hustle play to get all the way back. Impressive.
Very impressive.
Miner makes 1 of 2, and the rebound pulled down by Tiven. Back to a 6-point game for the Wildcats, 25-19. 38 left to go. Walker's going to launch 3. That's no good. Miner pulls down the rebound. Shot clock is about a second differential here. Guernsey in the corner. She's going to make her way to the basket and get caught up, and Coach Murphy calls a 30-second timeout. Recognized his player was in trouble. We're definitely seeing a lot more of those timeouts
From
this
the coach.
year from the coach
Right.
than usual.
What's up, Coach?
So Coach Gomez has made her way up here to the booth. She will be the special guest at halftime.
The legendary Coach Gomez, player and coach.
Let's make sure there's enough room for her head up here. 25-19 Wildcats, holding on to a 6-point lead. It was 9 at the break, 16-7, fueled in part by hot three-point shooting for NFA to start. They're now 4 for 11. Still good, but they were 3 for their first 3.
24 seconds on the shot clock, 23.5 seconds to go out with the half here. This is a big possession for NFA. I'm sure Coach Murphy has drawn up a play to get the shot that he wants from the player that he wants to get the shot from.
Presumably we will take this down into the final seconds, or not, because Pescatello's going to put up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. No good. Harris with the rebound. Jada Harris. I'm surprised we didn't try to take the clock down there a little bit more, but the 2 points are what more important. Waterford now with the clock at 6. Walker from long range. Lucy Walker with a little pose at the end of that one, and why not when you can make it from where she just hit it from. 27-22 Wildcats at the break. We are going to listen to a couple of messages from our sponsors, and then we'll be back.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brining. I'm the 14th General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities. In addition to providing life-essential services to the community of Norwich in gas, water, sewer, and electric, we're also very focused on providing value to the community. We do this through competitive rates, exceptional reliability, exceptional customer service, and involvement in our community. So I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
Welcome back inside Alumni Gym. High above courtside, I'm Mike O'Farrell. The Wildcats hold a 27-22 lead over the Waterford Lancers at halftime. And, again, my guest, Courtney Gomez, back in the gym. Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you, Mike.
You came because your seniors, these kids, Petra, Brianna, and Sophie, they were part of your team here, so the right thing for you to do is to come and see them play on senior night.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 3 kids, I always enjoyed coaching them. They were just such hard workers. I've been meaning to get out to another game. It's just been so busy, but I knew that this one was one that I had to make. And it was great to see them. Unfortunately, Petra obviously is out for the year, but, she's got a bright future in the college game coming up. But just to be back and see them still playing hard and competing, making NFA proud has been nice to see.
So let's talk about the college game. So that is, you made the decision after having an awesome opportunity to become the top assistant at Central Connecticut State University. How's it going?
I think that the time was right for me to make the move from high school to college. Obviously, when I was here at NFA, I never really thought that I would leave. I thought that was going to be like my high school coaching job for the rest of my life. It runs in my family.
Sure does.
And I wanted to kind of keep Bill Scarlatta's legacy going with long tenure. But I think that, as a female coach in a rising female coaching game where, more women are starting to take on head coaching jobs and assistant jobs in the women's college game, the opportunity presented itself at a time in my life that I could take that opportunity.
Right.
It was a great opportunity. I'm working for one of my friends and previous coaches. It was in Connecticut, Division I, and it's been a great change. I definitely, miss being the head coach sometimes on the sidelines because it's a lot of adrenaline and passion for me, but it's also given me an opportunity to learn a lot on the sidelines, take the temperature down a little bit in terms of preparation, I guess anxiety, so to speak. But it's been a really awesome change. I love it. I love every part of, what goes into the college game, recruiting, the grind of preparation, the scouting, which we did a lot of at NFA. The kids were always, I feel like, pretty prepared with our scouting reports, and a lot of that doesn't necessarily change when you go to college. It just, there's a lot more riding on each game.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's been great, and I'm super grateful, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
What's the biggest difference besides the talent level? What didn't you expect, I guess, that surprised you, or what surprised you that you didn't expect?
I feel like a lot of it is very similar because of just my mentality in general.
Right.
Like I'm going to work really hard, and I'm going to try and be the best I can be for the kids. The relationships with the kids are the same. You're there for them.
Right.
You're doing it for the love of the game and the passion of the sport. I think the biggest difference is the recruiting aspect, how much you're on the road getting out and seeing kids. And for us at Central, because we're a brand new staff and we took over a team that has 7 new kids, we have to be out all of the time.
Right.
Looking for, not only our 2026 class, but your 2027, 2028, even 2029s, like even into the 8th grade where you're starting to
Wow.
really recruit. Which is new for me because the game has changed so much in terms of, offering kids early and, the transfer portal and NIL money and all that stuff. So I feel like that part of it has been a very big learning process for me. And I've had to rely on my own connections and people that I know that are in the college game. And
Right.
to be honest, being a high school coach in Connecticut and being a player previously in Connecticut, the connections that I grew as a high school coach have helped me significantly
Sure.
in college. But I would say that is the biggest difference. The game prep, the relationship with the kids, the practice intensity, I don't think it's changed that much, but it's the recruiting aspect.
Do you have a certain territory that you're responsible for? Like, how does the coaching staff divvy that up? Are you looking for a kid from Florida, or are you trying to keep the homegrown kids here?
So I'm the recruiting coordinator, so to speak. So I kind of decide like what tournaments we're going to go to in the spring and the summer. But we are really trying at Central to find Connecticut kids. Like, we believe the talent is here in Connecticut.
Yep.
And right now we only have one Connecticut kid on our roster. Kayla Henry is from East Hartford. But, we offered a kid from Fitch,
Yeah.
Sanaya Waters,
Yep.
who I obviously always, coached against. And I feel like she has a skill set that could help us. And then we're trying to get out to as many high school games. The prep school tournaments and the prep school games are very, important too. But we are very much New England based right now, in New Jersey, not New Jersey, but Mass, Connecticut. We're getting into New Hampshire, New York. We're getting into New Jersey, Maryland. But we won't hesitate to recruit a kid from anywhere. Right now, our roster actually even has a bunch of international kids. Like, we
Okay.
have a kid from Spain. We have a kid from Turkey. We have a kid from Sweden. We have a kid from Greece. So we're kind of all over the place.
Well, it's kind of like
Yeah.
the NFA environment, right? Good,
Yeah.
good diverse team and kids from all over, shared experiences. It's a good thing.
It is. I mean, that's something I think we're really proud of, is the diversity that we have. And Central is a very diverse campus, and there's lots of different avenues you can take academically. And, it's nice to have kids from many different backgrounds come together and try to, play the game we call basketball and figure it out.
So I'm just envisioning you as the assistant wanting to jump off the bench, complain about a call, and you can't, right?
Yeah, I've had to really control myself, which is probably a good thing. Like, there has been times where it's almost like I feel Kevin Erickson's pain, like, because I know he was chirping
Right, right,
sometimes
right.
from the bench, and I would let him go, and sometimes it would rile me up. But I've tried to keep it under control. But there's definitely times where I'm like, Chris, you should be all over that guy, But it's a little bit different, I think, in the college game. You can't, you got to pick and choose.
Right.
But it has been definitely a good thing for me in terms of learning, from the sidelines versus,
That's awesome. So we talked a little bit before we came on the air about the NFA coaching tree, because Lucy Walker is going to Coast Guard, who is coached by.
Yeah, Alex Ivanchek, one of the NFA. I feel like she was maybe a 2000 grad or 99. I can't remember, but awesome, great player at NFA. And then I believe she went to Ithaca to play 4 years and
Okay.
had a good career there. And then she's been at Coast Guard for, I want to say, over 15 years, and I think she's the all-time winningest coach there.
Wow, cool.
So, yeah, great opportunity. Alex is awesome. and very great fit for Lucy. I think she'll really enjoy playing for Alex.
So as you stand high above this court, when you think back to your playing days, give me the first memory that comes into your head.
All of the ECC championships that we played on this court. Because we were so good back then, we always had, NFA used to always host, and
Right.
it was standing room only. But just like the kids that we played with and the love of the game, and like the fact that like everybody just wanted everyone to do well. Like those are my memories of NFA, and that's what we tried to do when we were here. And I know Coach Murphy, as an alum, is doing the same thing. It's so much more than the wins and the losses. It's all about like the experience, and I feel like that's why I wanted to coach here, to try and keep that legacy. You know, everybody thinks the legacy of winning is important, which it is, the championships and the state championships.
But
it's more than that, and I
that.
think that's still continuing on. So that makes me happy.
Awesome. I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
Always good to see
Thanks
you.
for having me.
A cold beverage is in our future at some point
Definitely.
when you're back off the recruiting trail.
Right, and you don't have to deal with stressed out Gomez.
That's right. No,
anymore.
the calm Gomez is
Yeah.
a much better Gomez
I
to
know.
hang out with. And who knows? Maybe you know, the weather's getting warmer. I'll see you down at Napatree at some point too.
Absolutely.
Courtney Gomez,
All
thank
right.
you so much for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way at Central.
Thanks,
She's
Mike.
a member of the NFA Hall of Fame. She's one of the best players to come through here. She coached for 6 or 7 years. She can't remember exactly how many it's been, so I love that. And you know, she's here to support the seniors tonight in their final home game here at NFA. So it is 27-22. Let's just look at the scoring for Waterford in the first half. Tiven had 6. Bassett had 2. Weymouth had 2. And 2, 4, 6, 12 for Lucy Walker. For NFA, Moore and Sanchez had 3. Jada Harris had 7. Oriana Pescatello had 4. Sophie Miner had 1. And Savannah Guernsey had 12, tying Walker for the game high. Waterford gets the ball to start the second half. Ball is knocked around underneath, picked up by Harris. She's got Moore and Sanchez, Pescatello, Harris, Guernsey, and Miner, the starting 5 for NFA. Pescatello gets the second half started nicely with that baseline jumper.
Tough corner shot by Pescatello. Great way to start the second half.
Tiven, Vaughn, Weymouth, Walker, and Bassett for the Lancers. 29-22 now, NFA. Miner was on Tiven, but the ball makes its way into Weymouth. She gets it out to Walker. Lucy's going to get herself to the free throw line.
NFA starting in a man-to-man here, Mike. Obviously, when the ball goes into Weymouth, they are triple teaming her. She did a good job of passing that ball out.
Fouls on Moore and Sanchez. That's her 3rd. Walker making her first trip to the line. First one is good. Lancers have been to the line 5 times. They are 3 for 5. This is the 6th attempt. Make it 4 for 6. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Guernsey, Walker on her, Harris, Miner, Pescatello. Good movement all the way around the perimeter. Working the other way now. Miner finds Moore and Sanchez from 15. Oh, in and out. Walker pulls down the rebound. Back the other way come the Lancers, trailing by 5. Tiven. She's going to go to the left side, kick it out to Bassett, all alone from the baseline, and Caroline Bassett gets her first bucket of the night to go along with a couple of free throws. The lead is back to 3. Moore and Sanchez, Miner. Pescatello and Harris alternating underneath. Guernsey, Pescatello, Guernsey. She'll try 3 again. She will not get it, and the rebound is pulled down by Weymouth, and that's going to be a foul on NFA. Sophie Miner, that's going to be her 3rd.
Love the competitiveness of Miner. She really tried to get in there, get her nose in there, and get a rebound.
With a girl that's got her by 6 inches. Waterford again trying to cut into this 3-point lead. In it goes to Walker. She can't keep the handle. Moore and Sanchez, great pass to Minor. Sophie can't get it to go. Harris with the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Weymouth. NFA ball.
Great pass by Moore and Sanchez.
We've had a couple good looks like that from, extended distance to get something going on the break. Minor to Guernsey. Savannah's going to try 3. She's not going to get it, but Pescatello's going to come down with the rebound. The 3-point shooting has cooled. Guernsey's going to drive from 12. No good. Rebound into the hands of Vaughn. Now Tiven. 29-26. The 5-point halftime lead is now 3. Tiven loses the handle. She knew it too. She had an open look at the basket and just was unable to control that high bounce.
NFA very, very fortunate. She turned the corner, had a wide open layup, and she lost the ball.
Bialois checks in for Moore and Sanchez. Harris. Nice inside move to Bialois. Liv gets her first bucket of the night on a nice pass from Jada Harris. Walker, 3, her third of the night. And it's a 2-point game now, 4:43 left to go. Guernsey's gonna try 3, no good. Rebound Pescatello. Guernsey comes to the right side from 12, can't get it. Riveras, who checked in, got the rebound, lost it to Harris.
Pescatello's everywhere, Mike. That's her 8th or 9th rebound of the evening. Jada Harris is active and engaged as well, and goes to the line and for 2 shots.
Weymouth picks up the foul. That's her first. So Lucy Walker continues to dominate the scoring here for the Lancers. She is 3 for 4 from 3-point range, as is the team. She's the only one that's taken them. Harris can't get the first one to go. Jada's got 7, including an early 3-pointer. I think the thing about Pescatello, she just doesn't stop. The kid runs for days. Same thing on the soccer field, same thing on the track in the spring.
She's an athlete.
Harris gets 1 of 2. And the lead is back to 3, 32-29, 4:24 left to go in the third. Walker's triple teamed. Minor comes away with it. Sophie's got a chance. And 21 on 21. 2 good competitors there. The foul is on Walker. That's going to be her second, and it's going to send Sophie back to the line for a pair.
It's a great call by Coach Murphy with the 3-quarter court pressure after the foul shot. So Sophie Minor dug in, got the steal, got the foul.
And can't get the first one to drop.
It's an interesting timeout.
It is interesting timeout in the middle of the free throw.
Trying to ice Sophie Minor here.
I guess, is that the move? It is a full timeout, so it gives me a chance to tell you about some of our sponsors. First Dime Bank. Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking, lives here.
I think Coach Green realizes that NFA went to a 3-quarter court defensive pressure, last possession got a steal, and probably wants to alert his team on how to break it if it happens again after the foul shot.
Just an interesting time. I hope you're right. I mean, it seems kind of like the mystery as to why you would call it there. 32-29, and Sophie Minor's going to be at the line for her second shot. And before that happens, let me tell you about Norwich Public Utilities, who for more than 120 years, NPU has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, you can always count on Norwich Public Utilities. NPU is very excited to sponsor NFA basketball this season, and we are appreciative to have them. Go Wildcats. So, Minor back to the line, looking to expand a 3-point lead to 4. Sophie connects. She is 2 for 4 from the line. And I think you're right. This thing's set up as press breaking. Oh, Guernsey, Walker, table, NFA ball, or Waterford ball.
Waterford tried to flash someone in the middle there against pressure. On the run, good play by Waterford and good defensive pressure by NFA.
Oh, that's a very astute call from that official. So, and they're going to talk about this, but I don't think there's anything really to talk about because the shot clock shows 24. He called the 10-second violation from deep on the other end. We all thought that they got over the line there when they were at the table, and they didn't. That's a great call.
That is a great call by the official. 2 turnovers in a row by Waterford.
Harris just shoves her way through there and loses the ball to Viveris. Good job there, Ella Viveris. Walker all the way over to Viveris, who gets by Lois or tries to. Harris comes down with the rebound. The Wildcats are up 4, but it's intercepted by Tiven, who's got Bassett, who gets the layup. It is a 2-point game, 33-31. 3:30 left to go. Guernsey from inside the arc doesn't get it to go. And who's there? Pescatello. Her 8th of the night, 4th here in the second half. Extends the lead back to 4 for NFA. It was 5 at the break. It's now 4. Walker. That 3-pointer's no good. The rebound comes to Tiven, no good. Minor. Ball's knocked away. Sophie's looking for a call, doesn't get it.
There was definitely contact there.
And I think they've been letting some stuff go, but that one, not so much. Guernsey is giving fits to Tiven. Walker, shot clock still at 18. Plenty of time for Waterford. Weymouth, Tiven, Bassett, back to Weymouth. She's got an easy bucket.
Weymouth really knows how to use her body to get in the lane and create space. That was a tough shot. Very fundamental basketball.
Good patience there. Bialoa's shot no good. Pescatello, double digits for Ori. Keeps it a 4-point game, 37-33. 2:18 left to go in the third. Very competitive game here. And another timeout called by Waterford.
Pescatello scores, jumps right into the press, starts pressuring the ball handler, creates some havoc, and forces another timeout.
Looks like we've got a 30-second here.
Could be
Which
interesting to
means
see
everybody has to stand up. I still don't understand that. Why can't they sit down? You can only rest if it's a long timeout.
Yeah. Efficiency, timeliness.
I guess.
I think the refs don't want to have to beckon you to come back out.
Right. They want you halfway there.
They want you halfway there.
At least, I haven't seen it here. Maybe, I don't know if any of the bigger schools do it, but, at least you watch the college game and the little stools come out and everybody sits on the little stool.
Yes, yeah.
Have you seen that at the high school level?
I haven't, but there's so many TV timeouts on the collegiate level, and there seems to be a timeout every 3 minutes. So, and then there's the crowd,
right,
in their space.
So 2:14 left to go in the third. The Wildcats are clinging to a 4-point lead. Waterford has 1 timeout remaining in the game. NFA has 3. Each team has 2 fouls this quarter. Tiven, Bassett, Walker, Viveris, and Weymouth for the Lancers. Torres, Pescatello, Bialois, Guernsey, and Harris for the Wildcats.
NFA drops back to his zone. Let's see if they look to press or trap out of the zone as well.
Pescatello almost comes up with it there. Walker a long way from the basket. Viveris back to Walker. Weymouth working for position inside, but they can't get it to her. Walker, I thought she was going to launch 3. Shot clock's at 3. Into Weymouth. Shot up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Pescatello, knocked by Bialois. So a chance here for the Wildcats to get back up 6. 1:34 in the third, 37-33. The 9-9 Lancers, the 6-12 Wildcats. Pescatello, Bialois, she's going to go baseline, kicks it out to Torres. She'll try 3, she'll miss 3, and the rebound is into the hands of Viveris. So we have cooled off, 4 for 15 now from three-point range. Nice pass to Walker from Tiven. Bialois gets in the way of that one, and Guernsey pulls down the rebound. How do you call a travel from 75 feet away with bodies in between when the other official is 10 feet away? How does that happen? I think Coach Murphy's asking the same question. How could he actually see that? I guess we'll never know. 37-33 Wildcats. We are at 52 seconds left in the third. Bassett. She's going to get to the line. Foul's going to be on Guernsey. That's going to be her first. And Caroline Bassett, who's already made 2 for 3 from the line tonight, is going to go back and try to make 2 more. In and out on the first one. Kendall McCrae checks in for Guernsey. Gives Savannah basically a 2-minute break here, 48 seconds in this period, and then the break between quarters, and I'm sure she'll be back on the floor to start the fourth. Bassett makes 1 of 2. She's got 7 on the night. She is 3 for 5 from the line. The lead is 3. The shot clock is at 27. The game clock is about 10 seconds behind it. Waterford comes up with the turnover. Tiven hounded by Torres. Walker. McCrae is on Tiven. Walker moves left side. Back to Tiven. In the corner to Walker. She's going to measure 3. No good. Rebound off the hands of McCrae, into the hands of Bialois, into the hands of Tiven, behind a block from Weymouth, and it's a 1-point game. 37-36. What a great way to end the quarter there for the Lancers. NFA had a 5-point lead at the half, now has a 1-point lead going into the final quarter, 37-36. But before we go any further, let's check in for a message from our friend.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brining. I'm the 14th General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities. In addition to providing life-essential services to the community of Norwich in gas, water, sewer, and electric, we're also very focused on providing value to the community. We do this through competitive rates, exceptional reliability, exceptional customer service, and involvement in our community. So I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
Thank you, Norwich Public Utilities, and also thank you, ProCop Signs. NFA basketball is supported by ProCop Signs, locally owned and family operated since 1964. Vehicle wraps and lettering, wide format printing, banners, posters, and more. Located in Taffville. Learn more at procopsigns.com. So the trend here, the Wildcats led by 9 after the first. They led by 5 at the half, and now they lead by just 1 at the end of 3. How is this quarter going to play out? Bassett, Weymouth, Walker, Viveris, and Tiven for the Lancers. Pescatello, Torres, McCrae, Harris, and Bialois for the Wildcats. Jazine Torres going to be a block on Weymouth. That's going to be her second. Going to be Wildcat ball underneath. Shot clock resets. NFA holds a 1-point lead. Little confusion as to who was going to take the ball out. Torres to McCrae. Pescatello. Ori getting hounded. Harris, tried to get the ball to Torres. McCray comes up with it, and she travels. Coach Murphy doesn't agree. Happened right below us. After my last discussion of the officials' call, I'm going to remain silent. 37-36. We played 30 seconds to start the fourth quarter. Waterford has the chance to take the lead here. It would be their first lead of the game. Weymouth to Bassett. Picked off by Torres into the hands of Pescatello. Does she see McCray? It doesn't matter. She's going all the way. Bialois pulls down the rebound, and that's going to be another foul on Waterford.
You know, Pescatello drew contact on that drive. There's no question about it. Again, we're going to refrain from what the officials are calling, but she did a good job of getting into the defender and drawing contact.
So the good news about that is the second foul on Waterford, and we haven't played a minute. So obviously at 5 we shoot 2. So I think we're going to take some good news from that. Torres tried to get the ball to Harris, couldn't do it. And again, Waterford has the chance to take the lead. They have not gone away. And right now they have a chance to put themselves ahead for the first time in this game. Viveris back to Tiven. Back to Viveris, who's going to shoot from about 12. No good. It was a pass right to Weymouth, but her follow was too strong. She's been solid underneath there with their layups, but missed that one. Back come the Wildcats. Trying to get some breathing room here, only up 1. Torres is going to try a 3, and she's going to get it. That's the first 3 in a long time for NFA, and it comes at a great time from Jazine Torres.
Corner pocket by JT. Big time shot, much needed 3-pointer.
Now it's a 2-possession game at 40-36. Walker looking for some help, gets it from Tiven. Viveris, they're trying to find Lucy inside. There's Weymouth all by herself, and she's not going to let another layup go by. 2-point game, 40-38. Lost track of Weymouth, not helpful. And here comes Waterford on a turnover from Torres, and Tiven is going to tie this game at 40.
You know, Waterford's in a 1-3-1 zone. You have to go to a 2-guard front here right now for NFA and try to get the ball in the high post.
Let's see how the Wildcats respond here with a bad pass, but it's going to stay their ball. So Guernsey's going to check in, and she's going to replace, I'm not sure, she's going to replace Torres. So we have 5.5 minutes left, and the game is tied. NFA has been in control of this game from the start, and now they are not in control. Guernsey to McCray. She's going to launch 3. High up, hit the stanchion, going to be Waterford basketball.
In general, not that particular possession. In general, NFA is settling for too many threes right now.
So we've taken 17 on the night. We've made 5. I think the hot hand early has led them to believe that they're invincible from there. Bialois pretty much commits the foul there against Viveris.
It's a good foul by Bialois. That was going to be a layup if she didn't make contact on the drive.
Ella Viveris, number 2, she's just a freshman. She's going to be at the line for 2 to try to give her team the lead for the first time tonight. The bank is open. The dime bank for Waterford for Ella Viveris. Her first point of the night and the first lead for the Lancers at the 5:16 mark of the fourth quarter. And that's 2, so now it is 42-40. Minor checked in for the Wildcats. She replaces McCray. So it's Minor and Guernsey, Pescatello, Bialois, and Harris. It's Viveris and Tiven and Weymouth and Bassett and Walker for the Lancers. Cheerleaders, student section trying to get the team excited, trying to get them going. Bialois tries to get by Walker. She can't. The shot clock's at 10. Harris, Guernsey, Minor, just inside the 3. Walker pulls down the rebound. NFA trails by 2, 4:42 left to go. Need a big stop here for the Wildcats. Guernsey's hounding Tiven. That's Viveris. All the way across to Tiven. I'm sorry, that was Bassett, and that was Walker underneath. And now it's a 4-point Lancer lead. How are the Wildcats going to respond? Savannah Guernsey looking all over for a foul, as is Coach Murphy. A missed call there would have put Savannah at the line for 2. But we play on. 44-40. Bassett would be a huge 3. Walker, big rebound, can't get it to go. Ball's loose. Tiven, she somehow gets through, can't get it to go, into the hands of Bialois. Wildcats need some control here. 3:40 left, trailing by 4. They were ahead all night. Harris looking for 3. Jada Harris, her second 3 of the night.
Jada Harris with a big-time 3 from the corner. NFA looking to extend the defense right now.
Miner with a steal. She's working on Tiven. Sophie's going to get herself to the line.
Great steal by Sophie Miner. Again, using her body very well to draw the foul and get to the line for 2 shots.
And that's the 4th foul on Tiven. Not somebody that Coach Green can afford to lose. Granted, there's only 3:20 left in the game. I don't think there's any question she's staying on the floor.
The full court pressure for NFA has been very effective, but you have to score to get the press on.
Miner makes the first.
Look for NFA to go to some sort of pressure if she makes this second foul shot.
It is now tied. Sophie misses the second, gets her own rebound. Great effort, Sophie Miner. Guernsey inside to Bialois. Rebound, or basket up, no good. Miner pulls down the rebound again. 2 in a row for Sophie. She's going to try 3. She can't get it. Rebound by Walker. 2:58 to go. We are tied at 44. Good effort there by the Wildcats, just couldn't get it to go. Loose ball picked up by Bialois. We've got numbers. Liv's going to go to Miner. Miner's going to go to Pescatello. Pescatello's going to get it to go. What a pass from Sophie Miner to Ori Pescatello. And that is the 5th foul on Shea Tiven.
Miner with the high IQ play. Beautiful bounce pass and finish by Pescatello for the and 1. Pescatello has a double-double right now.
She's got 12, and she's at the line to try to make it 13. And Tiven fouled out of the game, which is a big play because she has been controlling the basketball for the Lancers. Pescatello's shot no good, but the Wildcats hold a 2-point lead now. So Lucy Walker is going to go to play the point guard position here, more than likely. She's going to be hounded up top. She gets it to Weymouth, back to Walker by Harris. That's too easy. It's too easy. We should know where that play is going. Guernsey pulls up from 10. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the floor into the hands of Vaughn, now into the hands of Walker. Lucy Walker has 21, matches her jersey. It's a tie game at 46. Bassett thought about the 3. Walker's going to think about it, and she's going to miss it. Viveris is going to try to save it, and we are down to 1:57 left, 46-46. I'm starting to sweat, Coach. This game was going along too easy.
Waterford now in a 2-3 zone, moving from the 1-3-1. NFA has to get the ball in the high post.
Pescatello needs some help, finds it in Harris. I think the zone changes because Tiven is out. Inside to Guernsey. Oh, she tried a nice behind the back pass to Bialois, just couldn't find the handle. And we go back the other way now, 1:35 left in a tie game, 46-46.
You know Walker's going to try to make something happen here right now for Waterford.
You have to know. I mean, she's taking the shot.
NFA can't lose Weymouth underneath as well.
You can see Weymouth is floating back there. She's making her move down below. She had perfect position. Good call there. She just found her way. You can see it happening. And it's now a 2-point lead for the Lancers with 1:12 left. Guernsey's going to drive, and she's going to get it to go. Savannah Guernsey, her first 2 of the second half, comes at the right time. 1 minute left to play in this ball game, and we got a timeout. That's the last one for Waterford.
Great drive by Guernsey. I like that NFA pressed after the made shot. I think it's still giving Waterford some troubles here. I think we have to muck up the game a little bit in the full court and see if we can get a steal or a deflection.
So it is 48-48. We are under a minute to play. Waterford is out of timeouts. Waterford also has 4 fouls. So if they foul the Wildcats, we're shooting no matter what the rest of the way. NFA has only committed 3, so they have 1 to give if necessary. The possession arrow favors the Lancers. We're going to see what happens. I mean, I think if you are Coach Murphy in this huddle, do you go to the double team on Walker? What do you do here? She's getting the ball. She's going to try to shoot the ball.
Coach Murphy knows his personnel far better than I do, but based on what I've seen this evening, I would go to some full court pressure, try to take the ball out of Walker's hands, try to get another player to bring the ball up the floor, speed that person up, and cause a deflection or a turnover.
Which has happened tonight. We've created quite a few of those. But can we do it here when it matters most?
All while voting fouling, if possible.
Vaughn, Walker, Bassett, Weymouth, Viveris for the Lancers. Shea Tiven has fouled out with 10 points, so important offense from there. Guernsey, Minor, Pescatello, Bialois, and Harris. Token pressure, but nothing serious, but the ball hasn't been in Walker's hands yet. There it is. 21 on the shot clock. The game clock's at 48, so there'll be multiple possessions. Shot clock at 13. Pescatello's all over Walker, who loses the handle but regains it. Shot clock's at 7. She's backing her way in. That's a long-range shot, no good from Bassett, but Waterford comes down with a rebound, but a tipped ball. Guernsey, she's going to take it herself, and she's going to get to the line that time. Wow.
That was a great defensive stop by NFA. Pescatello really walled up there, forced some passes. We closed out in the three-point shooter. They missed a shot. We were able to get the ball in transition.
Well, the key being Walker didn't take the shot. Guernsey at the line now for 2. Savannah's first one is no good. This is her 6th attempt. So far she's 2 for 5 from the line. That one rolls in. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. 21 seconds left. Walker gives it up to Bassett, who I believe traveled right in front of Coach Murphy. Weymouth, she's going to go to the line.
Walker had unbelievable presence of mind, had a wide open 3, went down low for the higher percentage shot, and Weymouth drew the foul. You know, she really plays at an incredible pace. She plays at her own pace.
Guernsey's second foul. Weymouth's first trip to the line tonight. She's got 8 points. No more important ones than right here. That one ties the game at 49. Can she give the Lancers a 1-point lead with 12.5 seconds left? She can. Is there going to be a timeout? Yes, there is. Coach Murphy's going to get a timeout with 9.7 seconds left. Wow. 50-49. Full timeout on the court. Wildcats, who have led the entire way, now find themselves down 1 with not a lot of time left. 9.7 seconds. So what's the play you're drawing up? Guernsey, Minor, Pescatello. You don't need a 3-pointer, so I don't want to see that. But what are we going to see?
I think you have to go to Pescatello right here and see if you can get her driving the ball, trying to draw the foul. If not, getting it to Jada Harris' hands and let her create. Someone that could be really good in this sort of possession would be JT, because she has the ability to create her own shot or create for others, but she's not in the game right now. So I think Coach Murphy's going to go to Guernsey here or Jada Harris.
Well, we're about to find out. 9.7 seconds left.
Keep an eye on Pescatello. She's been incredible in getting offensive
Well, you're going to
rebounds.
say we're looking for the rebound and the foul and the follow.
The
So
rebound.
you want to give your chance. You want to give yourself a chance at the rebound, right? You're not waiting to the buzzer to shoot this.
NFA's got to go right away.
All right, Minor's going to inbound the ball. Pescatello, Guernsey. I'm sorry, Bialowas is going to inbound the ball. Minor, Guernsey, Pescatello, and Harris. Bialowas gets it into Jada. They are looking for Pescatello down below. Bialowas shot no good. Rebound pulled down, and this one is going to be over. Oh, no, we're at 2.7 seconds left. And that is the fourth foul on NFA, so they've got to try either get a quick steal here or one more. It'll be in a difficult situation, much like the boys were in the other night. They can't let the ball get inbounds without a quick foul. Oh!
My God.
It fell into her hands. I couldn't even talk. So Waterford was inbounding the ball with 2.7 seconds left. It ends up in the hands of Bialowas, who was like, wait a minute, why is this in my hands? She tried the long-range shot, not because the three-pointer was what she was looking for. It's where she was when she picked up the ball.
I think she was even surprised and looked to gather her feet and take the three-point shot. But hats off to Coach Murphy. They got a good shot out of the timeout. You had a nice short corner baseline shot by Bialowas. Missed the shot, went into defensive pressure, got a steal, and had another shot to actually win the game with a three-pointer.
Tough one. Tough one when you are ahead the whole way and you lose the lead and then you fight back and it comes down to 1 point. Them the breaks, right? Them are the breaks.
Yeah, it's a tough one to lose, especially at home and on senior night.
Right? I mean, they're all going to wonder, what's one more play that I could have done that could have made the difference. And, I think we knew that even though Waterford came in with the 9-9 record with 3 more wins, we knew that this was going to be a close game. And it was, but the Wildcats just didn't have enough to hold on at the end.
NFA played really hard. They battled. They missed some shots in the third quarter, went cold, stood their ground, had some chances to put the game away, didn't. Hats off to Waterford, and hats off to
Lucy Walker.
Lucy
scoring
Walker.
21 to lead all scorers. She was joined in double figures by Serafina Weymouth, who had 10, including those 2 big free throws at the end to put her team up 1, and just in the right place at the right time all night for layups. Bassett with 7. Tiven fouled out but had 10, and Ella Viveris had 2 big ones from the line. For NFA, Sanchez had 3, an early three-pointer for her. Harris had 11. Torres had 3. Minor had 3. Bialowas had 2. Pescatello had 12, and the team was led by 15 points from Savannah Guernsey. So a tough, I would call it a brutal loss for the Wildcats, but maybe I'm being dramatic, but a tough one down the stretch.
No, it's a tough loss. They were in control for a lot of the game, and they made some mistakes down the stretch. And again, Waterford made some big plays. NFA has to learn from this. They have one more remaining regular season game, and then they're off to the ECC tournament, and then the states.
Friday they go to Ledyard, and also on Thursday, the Lancers will be at home for their senior night against New London, where they will honor Lucy Walker, the lone senior on the team, although they do have an injured player, Sadie Tiven. So we have one more game here tomorrow night for sure. The boys are hosting Fitch for arguably the number 1 seed in the ECC tournament, which is going to be incredibly valuable to have. NFA lost to Fitch by 6 earlier in the year. The place is going to be rocking. It's going to be a great game. and it's got huge implications for the ECC tournament, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow night. It does look like the boys will have an ECC tournament game here on February 26th. We'll know that. If it is that date, we will be here to broadcast it. But for now, we have tomorrow night to look forward to. We have Dan Simino to thank for his work behind the scenes tonight, pushing all the buttons. And I have to thank Anthony Menard, and we need to thank all of you for watching in the heartbreaking loss for the Wildcats, 50-49 to the Waterford Lancers. Drops NFA to 6-13, but they will look to bounce back Friday night on the road against Ledyard. From all of us here at NFA, I'm Michael Farrell. Have yourself